Hello, leaders. Welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges, the daily show that provides tips and techniques to help you navigate the leadership challenges you face every day. I'm your host, Paul Grau Jr. from the CLC Team, and we work primarily with military leaders to help them be the absolute best leader they can be. Our primary goal here is to help you lead from your very best self. Because let's face it, everyone deserves a great leader. So let's jump right into today's topic. So today, I want to talk about accountability. Specifically, who holds you accountable and what exactly that looks like. In the book, The 12-Week Year, author Brian Moran talks about accountability and how it is a personal choice. Brian goes on to say that it's impossible to hold someone else accountable. Wait, what? Does that blow your mind just a bit? Well, it did mine the first time I read it, and I adamantly disagreed with it. Essentially, it went against everything that I believed about accountability. That is, until I really let it sink in a bit and think about it with a clear mind. You see, I have always thought about accountability as something you hold somebody to. You hold somebody accountable for their actions or inactions. You hold somebody accountable for completing a task or doing what they're told to do or anything, right? However, when you look at accountability as a personal choice, things just begin to change. Now, Brian says that accountability is not consequences, it's ownership. That statement, for me, is where things really started to sway me in a whole new perspective of accountability. You see, to sum up a lot of what Brian says, if we think of everything in life that we do as a choice, we now take ownership of every action that we take because it's now a choice. It's our choice. And ultimately, what we choose to do will have consequences, either negative or positive. Brian says you must develop the mental honesty and courage to own your thinking, your actions, and your results. Man, just let that sink in a bit, because that may be the real mind blower for many of you. Let me repeat it again. Brian says that you develop the mental honesty and courage to own your thinking, actions, and results. Man, that's powerful. So let me ask you a question based on what I said I was going to cover today again. Who ultimately holds you accountable, and what does that look like? Well, if we follow what Brian Moran says, you hold yourself accountable by taking ownership of every choice you make. Now, there will always be things that pop up to prevent you from doing the things that you want to do or you need to do, but ultimately, you make the choice of doing whatever you do. And therefore, you can only truly hold yourself accountable because you're the only one that controls your thinking and your doing. So today, I challenge you to start taking ownership of every choice you make. Start thinking about your actions as choices, not as what Brian refers to as things you have to do. Brian says to turn your have-tos into choose-tos. And only then you'll begin to really take ownership of your choices. Now, I do want to address one other thought that was killing me until I heard Brian explain it last April. And that is, can we hold others accountable for doing stuff at work or for home? Because if we can't hold others accountable, what do we call it? What is it now? Well, Brian answered this question by saying instead of holding others accountable, we hold them capable. I thought that was amazing. And when we hold people capable, it essentially says we're holding them capable of achieving their best, holding them capable of living up to their potential, holding them capable of completing their goals, their tasks, their jobs, and anything else we expect them to do. That's powerful stuff. Hey, as always, thank you for listening. So we have some big things going on here with our online membership group for leaders. It's actually growing, and we're adding a new group specifically for military leaders. Now, we're still working out all the details and bonuses that will be included. But for now, please help us spread the word. This group will be a place where military leaders can learn new skills, refine older skills, and have deep discussions with like-minded leaders who actually get exactly where other military leaders are coming from. We're going to tap into everyone's expertise, and the group members will help bring out the very best in each other. So keep tuned in, and please be sure to let any military leader that you know about this group, and that will be up and running very, very soon. This is going to be different than any other leadership development group out there. So be ready and, man, get excited. Hey, that's it for today. And until tomorrow, run to your challenges.
That's it. If you want to reserve your spot, please email me at Paul Grau, that's PaulGrau, at currentleadershipcoaching.com. Hey, as always, thank you for listening. And until tomorrow, run to your challenges.